Hi Facebook, Linda Booker here. Hey, have you ever been doing something that used to really light you up and you know you love it and then it lost its luster? Yeah, that's what I'm talking about today. So, you want to feel good about your life. You want to feel good about what you're doing. And this is because you deserve a life that feels rewarding. And life is too short to not have that. So lackluster is just not going to cut it. So I am Linda Booker. I'm a Master Certified Life Coach. I'm the Get Clear, Get Confident, Go Big coach. And here is today's topic on my Your Life But Better video series. It is what to do when something you love has lost its luster. If you want to learn more about me, you should head on over to lindabooker.com where you can learn how to get clear, get confident, and go big. But back to here today. Okay, so I have a little story. Since last July of 2016, I have been showing up every Thursday on Facebook live to share some tools and concepts and strategies to help you make your life better. And it has been awesome. I hated to blog because I don't like to write because it slows me down and I got to organize stuff. And so I was like, oh my God, Facebook live, I can just talk. That is my thing. Woohoo! And it felt awesome. Now, I want to also share with you that all the tools and the concepts that I share with you through all these broadcasts, I use on myself because I have the same struggles that you do, including this lackluster problem. So, Facebook Live, doing this every Thursday, somehow went from feeling super fun and energizing to, oh, I got to prepare, right? And I'm like, wait a minute, hold the phone. This is something I love. If it's lost its luster, I got to figure this out. And since I'm sure there's some things in your life that are important to you that you love to do, and they may have lost their luster, I betcha this might be a good thing to share with you. So as I work it through it for myself, I'm sharing it with you. Okay, so there's some principles. First of all, you are not bound to do anything. So I remind myself, I don't have to do these. I choose to do these every Thursday live at 3 p.m. But I don't have to. I don't have to be shackled by it. I decided to do it. I can decide to undo it, right? And that leads me to the second principle. You have the power to change things for yourself, right? So you can decide to stop doing something or to do it. So those are the first principles to just remind yourself of. And then there's the how, right? Okay, so how? How do I take something that has lost its luster and either get its luster back or, deal with it? How do I deal with this? What do I do? What do I do? What do I do? So I got to thinking about it. What am I going to do about this Facebook Live broadcast thing that I'm doing? So the first thing to do is to check in with yourself. Is it something you still want? Just because you wanted it once doesn't mean you want it right now. We change all the time as humans. So I think to myself, do I still want to be connecting and sharing things with you? And the answer is, hell yes, I do. Okay, because if the answer was no, I would have to go to this other thing, which is if the answer is no for you, here's the next thing you do. Can you give yourself permission to stop, just to stop doing it? And the answer is yes, you can, but you need permission, and the permission has to come from yourself. Okay, so that's what happens if the answer is hell no, I don't want to do this anymore. But for me, the answer is hell yes. I love to share. Teaching is like my thing. I want to share everything. I want to give you guys all sorts of good stuff. So I still want to do this all the time. So then the second thing to do is to analyze. Analyze this thing, okay? Because it's lost its luster or it's losing its luster. Let's analyze it. What feels like push and what feels like pull? Like what's pulling me like, ooh, do this, do this, do this. And what feels like push? Super important. So in my case, it feels like push to pick a topic. I'm like, I don't know. What should I talk about this week? Because believe me, there's so much stuff in here. I can talk about anything because I have like so much to share. But I never know what to pick. That feels like push. But what feels like pull? This stuff in here, giving it to you. That is like, ooh, I wanted to help you for those of you who want it and you're here watching. So that's part of my analysis. What feels like push? What feels like pull? What feels like push? Organizing my thoughts. That's why I don't like blogging, because writing and organizing slows me down. And the part about being slowed down is it takes too much time, and then it doesn't let me be spontaneous and improvise. And that's another natural part of myself, is being an improviser. So I thought, okay, so that's, it takes me about an hour and a half to organize my thoughts and make some notes so that when I'm live with you guys, I make sure that I don't miss anything. So that kind of slows me down. So I'm thinking about all this, and actually was making some little scribbles for myself of my comparison. See, it's like columns. What do I love? What do I not love? See, there's like a heart here and a not love over there. Okay. I hate planning and organizing it. I hate having to come up with a topic. I don't like following a recipe. Like, when I'm in my kitchen, I make stuff up all the time. You can give me a recipe. It's like a suggestion. And I go, well, that's kind of nice. I kind of like that suggestion. But I'm going to do this and this and this too. So I like to improvise. So when I come up with something and I organize it, then it's concise, it's clear, whatever. But it doesn't feel really good to me because I don't get to improvise, which is the part that I love. So that was another thing. And finally, I really dislike coming up with a catchy headline that will make you watch this video. Not make you, make this video maybe enticing. So for those of you it's meant to reach, that you would click on it. So I don't like that part either. Okay, but what's the stuff that I do love about this? So I mentioned I love sharing. I love helping when you want my help. I love when things feel natural and organic. I love to answer questions on the fly, but nobody's here, just me. I'm answering questions I think you guys might like. I love to improvise, and I love to be interactive. So those are the things I love. Okay, so analyze it. That's your step 2. And I just did that for you as a nice example. Step 3, adjust. Okay. How can I adjust what I do every Thursday with you guys so that it's got a lot more stuff that pulls me and a lot less stuff that doesn't pull me? So for instance, today, instead of taking an hour and a half and getting things all organized, I took 20 minutes and scribbled down some notes, not so I could read them back to you, but just to kind of get them in my head. I like it better. It feels better already. I have no recipe that I'm following, like, oh, a really good video kind of follows this format. Maybe it does. Maybe my other videos are really awesome with that format. But it wasn't feeling so good to me, so I'm doing it my own way. And so I want you to give yourself permission to do it your own way. So adjusting to what fits you. And you guys have heard me on so many videos. It's all about you. And this is not a selfish thing. When you navigate according to who you are, you can show it better for others. So it's so not selfish. Okay? When you are thrilled with your life and the way it's going, it's so not selfish because you're an example for others, and you can help other people when they want help because you've already done it and you know how to do it. So it's so cool. Okay. And I'm digressing, but that's also what I do. All right. So adjust. So what can I adjust to? And I've already made some adjustments just today while I'm talking to you. Here's an adjustment, and it's a request I'm going to ask from you guys. I hate coming up with topics. So I would love to know, for those of you who are like impatient go-getters, or like, oh my God, I would so do blah, blah, blah if I knew what it was or how to do it or whatever. I would love to know what your obstacles are. What do you think is holding you back? Give that to me, because I'm sure there's something I can come up with that I already know that maybe other people would want to know as well. So you can help others just by vocalizing what you're struggling with. Let me know that. You can send me that in a private message. You can put it in this thread. I would love it. You can tag me and post it on my Facebook page. Please share, because then that will help me give you what you guys want instead of what I think you want. So that solves that problem. Headlines, whatever. If you know I'm here and I kind of tell you ahead of time on my Facebook page, here's what I'm going to be talking about this week. Here's what I'm going to be talking about this week. I don't have to worry about the headline so much. I'm not going to sweat it. That one, I'm just going to be like, all right, if it's long-winded, it's long-winded. If it's not catchy and whatever, so be it. That's fine, because that's not naturally who I am, and I should not toil over something that I don't like to do and I'm not good at, and either should you. Okay, so those are, oh yeah, and then of course I mentioned the other thing is to give yourself permission to let it go. When it's not working, let it go. So I'm going to be assessing this as I go along. And if it changes and morphs like it is today, it's changing and morphing because that's what works for me. I hope it works for you. And if it does, come on back. So I would love to know how you might implement this strategy. If there's something that's losing its luster, maybe it's a relationship or whatever, I think you should give this a try, and I would love to know how you make out. So that's your homework, is check in, make sure it's something you really want still, like with your gut, right? In your heart, is this what you really want? Not your head. Don't listen to your head. Head should be the slave, not the master. Number 2, analyze it. Make 2 columns. What do I dislike about it? I used to love it, so, what went missing? And with me, the spontaneity is what I'm missing. So I'm fixing that. So analyze it and then adjust. And that's today. Okay, so like I said, leave me some comments. Leave me your feedback. Give me some topics of just give me some struggles. I'll come up, like, what do I do when, how do I, whatever. This is a struggle. This is what I don't know what to do with. It's okay if it's general. I'm sure I'll come up with something. So anyway, here's my little format. I would ask you to go over to lindabucher.com, check things out, because I do have some other free resources for you, and some other really good stuff. So I'm a Master Certified Life Coach, Linda Bucher. I hope to see you guys on Facebook every Thursday, and I'm saying adios.